went ahead and got a few things already kind of prepped because of the clay itself. It comes in a block like this, and it's pretty stiff. So you kind of got to work it a little bit and warm it up, get it a little bit, work it more malleable. And this particular kind of clay, it's the baked kind of clay, but it is, I'm not exactly sure about the name brand or anything. I got it from Temu. It was like in a little kids kit with a bunch of different colors, and it's got glitter in it. It's glittery, so I had to get it, that glitter. So just to let you know, it's 1.5 inches long by about 3/4 of an inch wide, and then a 1/2 inch thick. And it came, I don't know, I think 36 color. I don't know. Well, it could have been that many. I don't know. I got quite a... I actually made this one out of it. And I can't remember exactly how many it took. And I wasn't exactly sure whether I would do that same shape again. So I went ahead and, you know, massaged up. I don't know what to call it. Kneaded up. Yeah, that's the word, kneaded up 4 blocks. Like this. This one was like a little leftover from whenever I done the other eye. So I'm hoping that this is going to be enough. But then I thought about it. I was like, oh, that platform, that right there, that what everything's built up off of, was actually just a mixture of different colors that I had left over from the first one I'd done that I messed up on. And then this eye, that was the eye that I'm going to use. It's going to be a little bit bigger than the eye that's in there. That's a round one right there. So this one's going to be more of an oval. I do want to go ahead and let you know, I am going to probably have to have, when I painted the eyes in this, separate videos. So those of you that are tuning in just now, go back and watch the eyeball making video before this one. But looky, I was sitting up here and I was painting my eyes, and I was like, I had some of that gold fleck stuff, and so I just used some clear polish and put the gold on there. And I kind of outlined in black, but then I flipped this whole thing while when I just got through painting that outline in black with the fingernail polish. And so it kind of smeared it a little bit, but then that kind of looked neat. And then I was like, wait a minute. And then I put the gold on it. That could look kind of neat. I don't think I would do it right on a regular basis, but I just thought it was a neat thing to do. You know me, I'm trying everything and everything. I see something, whoops, let's try this. So I messed up on it and everything. And then I went ahead and put some gold on it, but I do need to clean it up because that gold was a tidbit messy. I got it on the edges and everything. But then I painted over it with black on the back to where it kind of sealed it in a little bit. But so if you see gold flecks, that's what's going on. And these ones I rolled out like this because what I do, these little things right here, what you would, I guess you can consider scales. I make them out of little balls that I roll up. Now the horns and stuff, you know, I could probably make it out of this too. Just like cut it off and then kind of twist it up. But I need to kind of move this out of the way because I need to make the base first. So, I'm not sure whether that's I might need to use 2 pieces. I think I'm going to use these 2 pieces. So, I got like a little mini rolling pin type thing. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, I'm sorry if I move this camera while I'm doing this, because it's kind of, like I said, I needed it, but, you know how that goes. But, I got this cool rolling pin, and it actually has these that came with it, where you can put like those, like on each side, and then it'll be that thick, whatever your roll it out, you can do it to that thick or that thick. So just to show you right there, but it's kind of neat. But I'm not using them right now. But I just wanted to let you know about that. That thing's cool. Try it, but you do want to kind of get it all the same thickness and everything. But right now, I don't know. That's another thing. It kind of sticks. And I had actually, the last time I had made this, these are magnet sheets. And I thought, well, I'll just make it on that. That way I can just pick it up, you know, and then peel it back like this off of there. And I completely forgot about that just now. So I'm going to try this. Which side did I make it on? I can't remember. I think I made it on this side. But anyways, okay. So, but anybody that does clay, works with clay often, then they probably know, you know, what to use and what not to use. Like I said, I'm just trying everything. I do different things, and like I said, also, I do work with a lot of cheap items due to the fact that I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on things until I know for sure I know what I'm doing. You know, different things like that. And you don't want to waste something on something that you're not going to like doing. If you're not getting any kind of enjoyment from it, then it's not going to be something you're going to like. And you're going to regret spending all that money on something that you're not even liking doing. Like this right now is kind of aggravating because I put it on the wrong side of the magnet, which I've done that before too, but I thought I had it right this time. So it must be the other side. So we're going to just go ahead and fix it. What side was that? That was the dull side. So we'll want the shiny side. Okay. We're going to try it this way. Y'all, it's going to be great. It's going to work out. It's going to be fine. Okay, now. Oops. I rolled it on up. Rolled it up. Rolling. Okay. Sorry, I started singing there for a second. Okay, now, like I said, see how much better it's coming off now on this one, on this side. I'm sure there's some kind of form or something like that you can, or mat or something you can use to do this with, but I just don't have one just yet. I will one day. But that's not really, it's like it's got a little spot right there, and I kind of wanted to have it a little bit bigger. Yeah, I kind of want to have it a little bit bigger. So I probably should have kneaded out more of these little blocks. But it's going to be great. I got plenty of them. Okay, now, see, because I did want it a little bit thicker and I wanted it a little bit bigger. And if you see little gold flecks or something like that, that's just where I made a mess with the gold flecks before. It'll be okay because we're going to paint it anyways. Okay, so let's just peel this off and see what it looks like. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. It feels a little bit thicker there. That kind of looks neat, don't it? See, I moved the camera. Oops, now I'm going to flip it over. Okay. All right, there we go. We're good now. All right, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get the hang of this whole camera thing eventually, too. This is my phone camera, by the way. I wanted to get me another camera to actually do videos with. But I don't really know which one to get. And then all the ones I do see, they're kind of expensive. I'm like, I want to make sure that I can afford it before I jump into something. Okay. So I'm thinking Now keep in mind, this is just the base one. I don't know whether you can see how thin it is. But you can, I mean, you can do it thicker, you can do it thinner. I can't really remember around about how thick I actually made this one to start off with, because I built up on it. So anyways, so I think I got a big enough shape here. You're going to need an X-Acto knife because you're going to want to go ahead and cut the shape that you want the base to be in. Like this one, I just went with a shape of like what I thought like an eye area would look like. You can make it in squares, you know, because like this, I made them square with the cardboard. But so I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna make something kind of like that. As far as the shape of that kind of diamond shape type thing, or I guess it would be a teardrop type shape. A sideways teardrop. Where did oh, there's my eyeball. Okay. So my eyeball, move it around this way. Kind of get an idea of where my eyeball's going to be. Sorry, I moved the thing in. Okay, so probably right about there. Okay. You want to leave enough room for your horns that you're going to have. If you're going to have horns. You don't have to have horns. This is the cool thing about dragons. They are mythical creatures. So, therefore, can't nobody tell me my dragon ain't accurate. It's accurate in my brain. So, that's okay. That's all that matters. So, there we go. Now, peel that excess away. Kind of, maybe. I didn't cut it pretty enough, I guess. I must have a little bit of hissy fit over here. Okay, so there we go. Ta-da! Okay, and then we'll go down here and get this one. Pretty. Kind of. Okay. So, now, like I said, that's going to be the base. So, now, most people, they'll put like a row of horns up here at the top. Some actually do the bottoms too. I put a little bit out here on the side too, just in case. A lot of people, they can do theirs different ways. Some people just put them like right here at this edge of the eye. Kind of going up to a point or something like that. It is all up to you, how you want to do it. Now my scales and stuff are a little bit different than everybody else's too. I actually, I watched this one person, was it yesterday or today? And they had, like a type of stamp type thing that they can roll in there and make like scales. And then I think they had some kind of lace or something, a lace that they were able to press in there and pull out, and it made a little scale type thing. I guess, like if you use fishnet stockings to paint with, to make the scales looking thing. But mine, I make mine a little bit different. I roll up little dots and put on there, and then I squish them down and into the little, make the little indents and stuff. And these I basically, just cone. And before in the past, I've actually made like rough indentions in here and made them kind of rough looking as far as the horns goes instead of smooth. But that's all, it all depends on how much actual details you want to put into the work. So now we got this part, we can go ahead and I'll put this to the side just a little bit because I do want to go ahead and make some horns and some little dots. So now you want to be careful with the horns because you don't want them. These horns, I think they're a little bit too big for the eye. The eye is too little. That's what it is. It's not the horns are too big. It's just the eye is too little. Because it is they're one of the smaller little little marble-like things, cabochons. But it, like I said, this is one of the first ones I made. But these horns, I made them just a little bit too big. And you can see down here, I made all these spiky little ones down here instead of just making the scale type ones. So, I mean, like I said, it's up to you, however you want to do that. But that's what I'm going to do right now. You want to be careful about making them too big or too small. Well, too big, definitely, because of the fact that sometimes if they're too big, it's gonna be more of a chance to break. Okay, y'all, what happened was, I don't even know how to say it. I'm making videos on my phone, and all of a sudden my storage space is saying it's got too much storage space, or I don't have enough storage space. But then I went and looked at it. I had plenty of storage space. It was just crazy. And then I had to plug up the phone and charge it. There was all kinds of stuff going on. So what happened while that was going on, I went ahead and cut up the rope. I just cut it up into little dots like this. And I'll just roll these into little balls. And then these longer ones right here, I was gonna make these into the horns. So you basically just kind of get one side of it going to a point, and you kind of smush down on this bottom part, because that part's gonna have to actually stick in, you know. But when you're doing these, now you can do them any way you want to. I usually try to curve them just a little bit, and you can make little indentions in them, like trying to make like a texture in there. You can do that as well. Just to, if you can see that, I don't know whether you can see that, little indentions and stuff. But anyways, now I was gonna make those. Now I usually do these as I'm going. I put them on the eye and stuff, but I kind of got all this right here for you to where I could show you. And then these ones that I cut off whenever I was making the base of it, I'm gonna show you something here real quick. Let's get that moved up. Okay, so you need to have a lid, an eyelid, like a bottom lid and a top lid. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use those extras that I had. Whenever you're going to do it, you want to kind of like make it a U-shaped type. Have a U-shaped type feel to it. Now with the round ones, it's a little bit different the way you're gonna make these eyelids. The round ones are a little bit different. So that's basically the way it's going to be on the bottom right there. But I'm going to cut a little bit extra off here because it doesn't need to be quite this big. Okay. That whole phone thing's got me kind of worried. Now I'm thinking I can't make my videos on the phone. And I haven't got a camera yet. Like I said earlier, I haven't got a camera yet, and not exactly sure about which one to get whenever I do get enough money for one. So, but this is going to be the top eyelid. So I'm kind of measuring up to see how I want to cut it. And this one's a little bit thicker too. Also, whenever you're doing the top, you do kind of want to make sure that you got enough to go over that lip of that bottom one on the edges there. Now my knife is messed up. I'm having technical difficulties. Okay. There we go. I think I got it now. I'm telling y'all, I had some problems there. And I have another phone that I don't use that I could still hook up to like Wi-Fi to play games and stuff. So I sit up there thinking maybe I can go ahead, because it's got more storage space in it. So I was thinking about just using that to film the videos with. But that thing was kind of thick on this side. So I'm kind of thinning it out because it's, you know, eyelid. So, okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and put that like that. No, I don't know whether I want it like that or not. I'm going to shape it a little bit more. Okay, now, there we go. Okay. All right. Now, as far as that goes, you kind of just push down. Now, this right here is going to be covered up, but I do still kind of like to smooth it down a little bit where it's not quite so prominently, you know, up there. Okay, there we go. Now, and also the eyelid themselves. I always end up doing some kind of, let me show you on this one. Like I got some little lines right there. That was where I was putting little lines in. And then sometimes I've actually put like wrinkles this way. I don't know whether I did it on this one. I've done little wrinkles going downwards on that one. And I don't think I've didn't do any on that, on those eyelids. But I don't know. I have a bunch of different tools that I got from Temu. I like Temu. But I mean that I could use on different things like this. So I mean, I don't quite know how to use them quite well. Okay, so anyways, just go ahead and use what I normally use. You can use this too, the thing I used on the eyeballs. Use this. And just kind of create little wrinkles, and you can have the wrinkles any way you want to, because like I said, it's your dragon. Okay. Now, see, like with this horn. Now you can, now if you're good, you can go ahead and make the texture on there. You know, as long as you can do it, and then put it on the actual base with it still having that texture on it. But my problem is I fidget with it too much. So, and I always go down in here, like at the base, and kind of press down. And you can stick this poker like right up in there to where you're pressing down on the you know, the inside part too. It makes little holes, but it also kind of makes for good texture too. I have seen people take like a little bit of this and put it down. Like put it down on the, let me move this where you can see. They'll put it down like on there, right? And then they'll take, where'd it go? They'll take something like this and make a hole, like a hole in there about the size of the horn. And then they'll put the horn in there like that. You could do that too. If you feel like it would be safer or better, more secure that way, that's fine. That's no problem. With me, I just have a harder time. It's basically like I had to do the same thing that way too. So I'm like, well, but see now this is kind of making a texture down there towards the bottom of the base of the horn. And I didn't put any texture in that horn before I put it in there. But you can go through and put it in there afterwards too. So it's up to you as far as that goes. Whatever is easier for you. I try to curve them back a little bit too. So, but, and then you basically just keep on going with that. And I'm sorry, I'm rolling here. I wasn't rolling it on the screen, but rolling like that. And then push up on this, make it a little bit, you know, like fatter towards the base of it. And then roll it and smooth it out a little bit more. And then, you know, go ahead and make some textures in there. You don't want to make them all perfect little spiral lines. Unless you want to, you can. Hey, it'll look pretty. All right. And then we put that one right there. Now, keep in mind, you know, you don't want to have too many of the bigger horns, you know. And if you do have like some kind of pattern or some kind of something where you can make an imprint of the what you want the skin to look like, or you can actually go in there, you know, and make little marks or something, however you want to do it. I mean, it's completely up to you. Oh, that looks pretty neat. I've never done that before. But hey, look. It looks kind of cool. I could just try all my skills on there. But, so I would have, sorry, I got sidetracked. Squirrel. Okay. So, now these ones, you can make them in different sizes, as far as the littler parts that I put around here. But I also use these to help kind of sturdy up the, right there at the bases of the horns. So you just push them down in there, and then you go back in. Where did my thing go that I was using? I don't particularly care too much for these ones too much on this particular type of thing, because those are bigger tools than what I'm needing. So you can get the indenters like these. You can get those and do it too. You can use like pretty much anything that you can think of to use to make the indentions right there, as far as that goes too. But like I said, I was using like a stylus type thing, because it kind of made neat little textures on there. But so if you can see, like I got one that I put on this side of the horns, and one I put on this side of the horns. So, I mean, once you're building up, you kind of want to build up to kind of help secure those horns too. With the little scales. That's what I call them, yep. I'm gonna start finding my words eventually. But, and you want to make the littler balls, you want to try to get them up whenever you're close to, like up to close to the eyelids and different things like that. Up in the closed in parts. And so you just put them all around, and then you just go back through and, and push them down and make your little textures and stuff. Yep. There you go. And then basically that's how it goes. You just keep on doing that all throughout the whole thing. I'm going to make a couple more of the orange on the top part. Now the bottom part, like I said, I have been making horns at the top and the bottom in the past. This one, I was doing something different. I kind of made it like just little thin little things right there. I guess I was calling them scales. But I didn't actually have horns on there, so you can do what you want to as far as that goes. You can just play with it, see how you like it and everything. It's a lot of fun, really. You can create different ones. I had actually had at one point these ones right here. I had made up, I don't know, about 18 of them, different kinds like this. And I had made a whole story and a background to them. This was actually Dr. McClintock. he was obsessed with never dying. So he was trying to invent ways and special gene slicing to create a superhuman body for himself that would never die and never, go bad. So, but, and then there was this hunter named Zara that was hunting down all his creatures that he was making. but I went through a whole story. It was, yeah, I was going crazy. This one actually had whale species in the mixture. So, but yeah, I mean, you can have a lot of fun with them. And it's really fun to do, and they look really, really neat when you get done with them, because you can make them so many different ways and create so many different ways of doing things. Now, you can actually, when it comes right down to it, these colors of the clay and stuff here, it's got the sparkle in it, it's shiny. And you can keep colors the same way if you want to. I just, whenever I started out making these, I had, like I said, that fluffy air dry clay, and it was in so many different colors, and the little pouches was like that big. And so I had to put colors together to make things. And then, so I just went ahead and painted over them whenever they got done drying. Yeah. So, let's see here. Yeah. You just keep on, like I said, that's all the horns I'm going to actually put up on the top there. And you just go through and put these little balls in there, little balls that you made. And as you get closer to the outer layers, you kind of want to get the smaller little balls, because you want to taper it down. Now, I have seen people take a line of the clay and roll it out into a smooth, really pretty line, and then braid it, and then put it around the edges, or make a design around the edges. There's really not a whole lot of ways you can go wrong making these. And there's so many different ways that you can do things. It's really exciting. It's a lot of fun. Like me playing with the eyeballs, you know, and just deciding to put the gold in there. There's a whole lot of different things that you can do. Now, what I'm going to do now is, because I'm still having kind of problems with the phone, and I'm not even sure whether I'm going to be able to download this to my computer to actually edit it. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it right now, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of these little dots, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and finish the little dots and go ahead and put it in the oven and bake it. Like I said, whenever I first done it, I baked it at the lowest setting, I think it was. And then whenever I done this one, I think I was at 250 or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and try 250 for 30 minutes for this one whenever I get it done. But I do, and it would be a long, boring video just watching me make little circles and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll get back on here and show you the results, and then show you the painting. We're going to do the painting too. Okay, so I had baked the eye, the clay and everything at 250 for 30 minutes. And it doesn't hurt the eye, just to let you know, the glass part of the eye. It doesn't hurt that. So, and so now I'm gonna paint it. I have a bunch of paints here. These are watercolors, and this is what I was originally painting these eyes with, was the watercolors, these ones. Now, this other baked clay, type of clay, I actually done with acrylics. So we're going to see how this works with this. See how it takes it. See, looks pretty already. Oh, my mercy, love it. Okay. Don't know whether it's actually going to be sitting there very well. Let's put this color on there. Oh man, I was kind of hoping that would work. It looks like it's too watery to actually stick on there very well. So I might have to go ahead and get the acrylics. So, unless I put label, well, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to do the acrylics. I was thinking that something like that might happen due to the fact that this air dry clay right here, the fluffy kind I always talk about, it's actually got that fluffiness. It's got that porous type texture. This, whenever you bake it, it's not got, you know, any kind of, it kind of seals it in there, I guess. But I can't do it with acrylics, so definitely get that done. Let's see which ones I got here. I think those are watercolors too. I got acrylics all over the place. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this while I go ahead and get my acrylic. All right, so I found my acrylic. Not really got the specific color I want, so I had to make it. So I've taken a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of black, put it in there to come up with that color. I'll probably arrange it a little bit different, but those colors are the green with acrylics, craft paint, and then the citrus green, and then regular black. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, black over here. So, but that right there is where that watercolor was at, where it didn't really want to stick in there and go right. So that's what that's all about. You kind of want to be careful when you're going close to the eye. You just, because you can clean it up though. I mean, you can take a cotton cube and cotton swab. I'm sorry, and paint it and clean it up. Sorry, I can't talk and paint at the same time. But and whenever you get into some really bumpy some little crevices, things like that, you can go ahead and water this stuff down a little bit to get in there real good. I have actually went over it with a really watered down version of black, so it can get into those crevices and, you know, have like a darker background in there to where it doesn't show up as much. And, you know, the paint job and stuff, that's all up to you as far as how you want to do that. I have done some paint jobs where it just did not look right. I think that this one right here, that purple, I think is just a little bit too much for that eye. It doesn't let the eye pop. The eye itself is like pinkish with some black in there, I think. But like I said, those were like some of the first ones I'd done. So, you wanna make sure it's something that's gonna pop. I'm not exactly sure about how well this is gonna pop. I was thinking that maybe if I use like the opposite color on the color wheel, for the skin, you know, versus the eye, and see if that worked. And that's what I tried to do with this, because that's kind of like an orangish type red color eye, and it was green and blue, I think, was on the opposite side of the wheel. Orange, yeah. So, but it still kind of didn't really pop. So, I'm just going to go ahead and like try out different things. With these colors I don't have quite as much range as I did with the watercolors. So that's another little thing about those little air dry ones. That's a benefit to using those. The air dry, fluffy air dry ones. They're little kids things. It wasn't really expensive. I got a bunch of them. I think I got them from Temu. I am telling you what. I'm a Temu junkie. Yeah, there for a while I was doing a lot of stuff with Temu because, you know, they're relatively cheap items, and you don't feel so bad if it's something that you can't use or something that's you're just practicing with. So that's how I feel about that. I actually, except for the rings that you make this stuff with, the rings on Temu, it's not that they're bad or anything, it's just they're not, whenever you're looking for certain sizes, you really can't see the sizes or the gauge, you know, and then the radius and stuff. I think they call it the inner radius part, or there's a word for it. It is called, the AR. That's what it's called. But they don't actually have that on there. It kind of gives you a size and stuff, but it's not always true to form and stuff like that for serious like chainmail weavers and stuff. But I mean, they're good jump rings as far as like if you just want to hook one like a pendant to a necklace or something like that. They'd be good for that. But I think I made my paint a little bit lighter here. I baked this in a glass dish, and I think I didn't press it all the way down right over here because there's like a little whoop. But I was nervous the first time I baked one. I was like, oh goodness, I hope I don't do this wrong, or I won't. You're sitting up there thinking I'm baking something. It's going to smell awful throughout the whole house, but it doesn't really have that bad of a smell or anything. It does not really even that bad noticeable. But yeah, I was kind of worried about that at first. A lot of people use the Sculpting clay, and I have not got a chance to work with that yet because, like I said, I was just practicing and I wanted to try out different things, and I wanted to see how the baked clay would actually work with it and whether I'd be able to work with it before I, spent a lot of money on stuff. I wanted to get some practice in. Now, my art supplies, those are I get kind of snobby when it comes to those. Except for a few little things here and there that I actually prefer the less expensive type thing. And then there's some less expensive type things that are just about as good as the really expensive stuff. So it's really easy to go broke with art supplies. And if you're planning on pursuing it, seriously, and maybe wanting to do commissions or something like that, you do want to have those quality products. Because you want, especially if you're doing commissions, you want that light fastness. You want the paper to be good quality paper. I heard it so many times. Don't worry about the pencils and things like that. Worry about the paper. That is true with watercolor. I know for sure. And then, definitely, there's a lot of, as far as paper goes, whenever I'm doing the pet portraits, I like to use the Clairefontaine. And I'd heard about this paper for so long. And I'd watched so many other YouTubers, using it and talking about it. And I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. And I got everything, and it just wasn't working out the same without that paper as what they were doing. And I was like, something's wrong. And I finally broke down and got a little bitty pad of it, and it was a world of difference. The paper quality is like, it's kind of like sandpaper or something like that. It's got a lot of texture to where you can actually, especially when it goes to colored pencils, you can build up those colors. And you hear other people talk about, layering and this, that, and other. And I couldn't quite get it all layered properly because of the paper I was using. It wasn't going to take it. So I wasn't able to get those multi-tones in there and everything. So that happens. You learn as you go with a lot of things. And find the little things that work. But I still haven't quite broke down and got Arches paper, watercolor paper, but I do got Cabochon. It's Cabochon. I think it's like a student type grade of them. And I love it. It's awesome. The whole world of watercolor was disturbing me because it wasn't working. None of it was working. I'm like, why? And it was the paper the whole time. And once you figure out how it's one of those things where you kind of are at the mercy of the art product itself, the tools you're using, because watercolor, it reacts different ways on different surfaces. So it's really neat. It's one of those things that you can try it different ways all the time and have different things come up. Now, this looks awesome. I don't know about you, but I'm loving this color because some of that, I done it light enough to where some of that purple is actually pulling through too, like right there. I don't know whether I want to touch it. I was going to go over it again and go over it with another color a little bit here and there, but that purple is kind of coming through and it's pretty. It's matching with the green. I got to put something on there, because you want to do the magical thing with the sparkly, glittery stuff. Wow, that just looks cool. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I poured way too much paint on my palette. I don't know why I done that. Okay, now is the situation. The sparkly type stuff is in watercolor. So, how am I going to put sparkles or shimmer? See, on the other one, the blue one over here, bluish greenish, I done that blue, this stuff, color shift. So that's how I got that color. But I don't want to do that over the green. Oh, that looks so pretty though. This is awesome. Okay, I want to find something to actually do some kind of shimmer. I got powders. I have fan blush too. I want to do something. Okay. Let's see here. I wonder if it'll take watercolor, just a little bit of watercolor on the tips of everything, because I don't want to do a whole lot of shiny stuff. I want to no, that's not it. I want to just do little highlights. So let me try this. There we go. There we go. It's a working. Did I knock it over? Okay. Okay, I'm not putting a whole lot of water on there, and I'm just putting like little tips of gold to kind of give it a little bit of oomph. Okay. A little bit right through here. We're going to give him gold eyeliner. But these watercolors I got from Temu too. I got other watercolors from different places and stuff, but all the metallic type ones, most of those are from Temu. There's some other beautiful palettes though. I use these metallic ones a lot on like different projects, like this, you know, different things like that. I'm just barely tapping, you know, on the tips there, a little bit of gold to kind of give it a highlight here and there. Okay, and I don't really want to, I was thinking about going down here a little bit more, but I kind of don't want it to cover up that purplish. I try to leave a little bit of it in the highlight, or in the outline too. So anyways, so that's how you do it. Let me fold up my watercolors here. But so that's how I make those. Now, like I said at the beginning, you can actually make these in, you know, square shapes, and then you can make boxes to put these, make these as lids, or you can actually go ahead and like bake this, and then go through and like put some of the other kind of clays or some different designs around it, around the box, with other types of materials. But this is it. This is how you make my dragon eyes. And then like with the dragon eyes themselves, you know, I made that video on how to paint those, but there's like so many different ways you can do them. I put pins on the back of these ones, and you know, after I put that Dimensional Magic on the back, and I put pins on them. I got the poppets, got bracelets, necklaces. I got quite a few necklaces. But you know, you can do a lot of different things with the eyes themselves, and then you can also encase them in clay like this. So that was my tutorial on how I make these. Sorry I had to split it up into two different things, and it was kind of messed up there for a little while, but we got it now. So please like and subscribe, and I appreciate your time. And if you have any questions or anything, or if you have any like ideas of things that you want to try or go over with, I might have something here that you want to have, you know about how it works and things like that. We'll figure it out. So anyways, y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much once again. Just holler at me if you have any questions. Bye. Hi, I do want to go ahead and thank you all for staying tuned this long. Also, I want to apologize for the video jumping back and forth a little bit, and also for the fact of saying a lot. I didn't realize I said it that much until I started editing my own videos, and I did not realize I sounded as country as I do. But anyways, thank you once again, and please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it so much. Y'all have a wonderful day.